welcome to Not Fake News. I have an article here by Paris Swade. Trump wastes no time. Mike Flynn's replacement is here and terrorists are running scared. The President of the United States has wasted no time replacing Michael Flynn. We all know that he was forced to remove him after the unveiled plot by the Obama to get him removed. Obama administration. Trump is looking to pick the perfect person. According to the Washington Examiner, this man that Trump is looking to tap and to replace Michael Flynn is now retired Vice Admiral Robert Harward. The other people on the list are retired General Davis Petraeus and retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, who's now the acting National Security Advisor. From the Washington Examiner, Harward enlisted in the Navy out of high school, got a fleet appointment to Annapolis, rose through the ranks to become a Navy SEAL, and ultimately became the community's top commander. He retired in 2013 after serving as a 3-star deputy to then General Jim Mathis at U.S. Central Command, who is now the Defense Secretary. General Mathis reportedly wants Harward to be picked. Having graduated from Tehran American High School, Harward speaks Farsi. He has a stellar military record and is an awesome candidate.
Deputy Commander of U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, has first-hand experience using contracted interpreters, not only as part of his current job, but also during and after the war in the former Yugoslavia that raged from 1992 to 1995.
We've always been able to contract and bring in local interpreters, and as we saw in Bosnia, where you had separate factions, it was the different perspectives of those factions played out in your translation.
The same problem resurfaced during the current war in Afghanistan. But this time, Admiral Harward, whose area of responsibility at CENTCOM includes 20 nations throughout the Middle East and Central Asia, had a way to overcome it.
I had a local Afghan translator, but his perceptions tainted not only what he said, but when he related back. So when I had my own U.S. linguist there, trained military who had a different military perspective, I knew I would not lose any of the nuances I need either in transmitting or receiving, but the past 10 years have reinforced it more so now than ever, that those language and cultural skills are critical, especially as we move forward in counterinsurgency efforts and our broader approach.
Maintaining and increasing foreign language and cultural training skills for the force has been identified as a critical enabler at a time when the Department of Defense is implementing severe budget cuts and establishing a new set of defense priorities that include a smaller and leaner, but more agile and rapidly effective force.
I think in the years ahead where we'll be challenged both in capacity and capabilities, those force enablers that those language skills bring or change the battlefield for us, especially in our region, the CENTCOM region, more so than ever.
Harward, a fluent speaker of Persian Farsi, having graduated from the Tehran American High School while his family was stationed in Iran in the early 1970s, visited a class of students in the final stages of their 48-week-long course.
You're what, 30-some weeks into this now? Yeah, absolutely amazing. I could capture about 20, 30, maybe no more than that of what you're saying.
The second half of Admiral Harward's visit was dedicated to the nearby Naval Postgraduate School, where he had an opportunity to talk with foreign area officers pursuing their master degrees in areas vital to national security.
Here are the 5 reasons why Harward is a great pick. He was born into a Navy family and grew up in Iran. He served on the National Security Council in Bush's administration. He served in the U.S. Central Command under James Mattis. He wrote an op-ed for the Huffington Post about the importance of providing education to young girls, and he retired in November 2013 and now works for Lockheed Martin. If you think that Trump has picked an amazing person then help us get the word out. The mainstream media has been trashing Trump all day. Share this article everywhere if you want Harvard to help Trump destroy ISIS. Okay, another article here about Flynn. Game Changer, an article by Paris Swade. What the CIA agent just said about Mike Flynn will make Trump's jaw drop. Woo. 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 We knew it all along. Former CIA analyst and retired U.S. Army Reserve Lieutenant Colonel Tony Shaffer told Fox Business News Network to be careful. He says that Democrats want an investigation into Mike Flynn and his phone calls with Russia. Shaffer says the leaks will lead right back to Obama. Let me repeat that. The leaks in Trump's White House will lead back to Obama. Former CIA analyst Tony Shaffer said the leaks will lead back to Obama. So here is what Tony Shaffer said.
CIA trained defense intelligence officer. He's retired Lieutenant Colonel Tony Shaffer. Colonel, there have been leaks about phone calls between the president and leaders of Australia and Mexico, as well as the investigation into the Russian alleged interference and hacks into the DNC. Right. Are leaks by Obama officials the problem?
Absolutely. I put this right at the feet of John Brennan and Jim Clapper, and I would even go so far as to say the White House was directly involved before they left. I'd put this in the form of Ben Rhodes and those folks. Let's be clear on this. I've watched this very carefully, the coverage, and when you have NBC reporting that they've talked to 6 officials who have seen the transcript, someone is basically giving away both sensitive methods, the fact that they read a communication that was intercepted by sensitive methods, and more importantly, that they're saying that they saw this information, which was beyond top secret, which tells me that clearly someone had to have access to that, and that is a key issue. Who leaked that information? And most importantly here, to Dennis's point and to Laura's point, is that the implication made by these officials to NBC and other outlets was that there was something sinister in it, which I agree with Sean Spicer. I don't believe for a minute that there was anything in there that was illegal. Mike Flynn's a pretty smart guy. He knows his phone calls are probably going to be intercepted or reviewed at some point. I'm sure he talked about sanctions, but not in the way that it was portrayed by the left. So,
Colonel, the sanctions came about again because of the Obama administration putting them in place over the findings by the intelligence community that it was Russia that hacked into the DNC. We have Democrat Representative Adam Schiff. He's a ranking member in House Intelligence. He said it was the leak that brought Flynn down, not his lie. In other words, if it wasn't leaked, no one would know about this mess, and he was talking about sanctions with Russia. What do you make of that?
Well, look, the way I see this is the bottom line is the White House would have to find out what Mike Flynn did or did not say. Let's remember that this is an issue apparently between the Vice President and Mike Flynn. And let's remember that when the White House is settling in, you're going to have a lot of personality conflicts pop up. Maybe there's something here we're missing on that.
Yeah, but Mike Flynn also works for the American people, and it's the geopolitical issues at stake with Russia and the war on terror.
I read his resignation, and yes, he was during that period of December when this all happened, calling all the world leaders that he was going to have to be dealing with. So I don't believe for a minute this was a Logan Act violation. I believe this was one thing that was said, hey, when we roll in, when we're in charge, this will all be revisited.
Yeah, Colonel,
he has the right to say that.
Let's be clear. President Obama said to Medvedev, I can be more flexible when I'm president. I get it. But this is in the context of a potential crime of the Russia hacking into the DNC. And now, to your point, would you support a bipartisan push about Republicans and Democrats demanding an independent probe into Flynn? Do you support that? Because we've got top Republicans for like Roy Blunt and Bob Corker and Lindsey Graham. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, because the figures that they're going to be finding are pointing back into former White House and some Democrats. The Democrats have been behind this, and I would go so far to say some of the Republicans have also been involved in some of the leaks. So bring it on. I think it's a good idea, and I think like we saw in the Detroit recount when they were recounting Michigan's votes, turned out to be voter fraud in all these Democrat precincts. I think is what we're going to find here, so go right ahead.
Colonel Tony Shaffer, it was good to have you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Tony Shaffer. I would put it right on the feet of John Brennan and Jim Clapper, and I would go so far as to say Obama White House was directly involved before they left. Ben Rhodes and those folks. The Democrats are behind this, and some of the Republicans are involved with the leaks as well. So I say bring it on. Bring it on. Obama has not left the government. This is the left's plan. They want to take down Trump at all costs. These people have no morals. These people are monsters. It is our duty to get the information out there. The media is not going to cover this. Come on, patriots. Get this out there. Obama is behind this. According to the Washington Free Beacon, Obama's officials have been waging a war against Mike Flynn. Obama and his cronies are allegedly targeting Flynn because of Flynn's opposition to the Iran nuclear deal. According to the Free Beacon, why do I want to say bacon? It's morning, that's why it's 5:30 in the morning and I'm still up doing this. But okay. So, according to the Free Beacon, Obama's former advisor, Ben Rhodes, is behind this. Share this information and get it out there. It's vital. We need to get this information out there. Help us liberate America, and help us at Liberty Writers News and Not Fake News and all the alternative people out there to tell the truth about what is happening in America. Comment below, actually, and I'm going to give you another story here. Breaking: Trump's director of service resigns. The reason why is horrifying. Breaking. Story by Paris Wade. Trump's director of Secret Service resigns. The reason why is horrifying. Really? The Washington Compost is saying that the director of the Secret Service has resigned. His name is Joseph P. Clancy, and was brought back from the private sector in 2014 by Barack Hussein Obama. Clancy was brought on after the agency by President Obama. He is getting old and wants out. Is that why it's horrifying? Trump needs our prayers. Here's Jason Chaffetz taking on the Secret Service director. Oversight chairman lights up the Secret Service. All right.
Director, it was, according to the Metropolitan Police Department, 11 minutes after a suspect has dropped what might be a bomb on the gate of the White House with the president in the residence. It takes 11 minutes to call Metro Police Department. Why does it take so long?
Yeah, I don't know the answer.
But how do you not know? This is what's so infuriating. You're the director of the Secret Service. It's almost 3 weeks after the incident, and you don't know why it takes 11 minutes to pick up the phone and say, hey, Metro Police Department, we got a problem down here. We need your help. It takes 27 minutes to secure the scene. 27 minutes. What if it was a real bomb? What if it was a real bomb?
Mr. Chairman, I've been at the White House complex when we have cordoned off areas, when we have secured zones, and it happens very rapidly.
But this didn't. And this is the most recent example. Why didn't it happen?
I don't know.
Who are you holding accountable?
Well, we're going to wait. We're not going to.
You're going to wait. That's the problem.
We're going to wait.
That's the problem. We're going to wait. That's the problem. It took you 30 minutes to be on the lookout for a woman who dropped a package at the White House and said, this is a bomb. I want her taken down. I want a net to go over that city. I want her in custody immediately. You take 11 minutes to call Metro Police Department. You take 27 minutes to secure the area. You take 30 minutes to say, hey, dude, we got a problem here. You get an officer behind the right car and they get waved off. You didn't pull them over. You said you had the license plate number. We spent millions of dollars building a video capability. Somebody can't push rewind and go see what that car make, model, and license plate is? Don't we trust that officer who has that person in their sight and say, go ahead and pull them over until we clear this up? But no, that's not what happened. Then you go out to Virginia, you find the person, and the agents say, well, we can't really arrest this person. This is somebody who had already come in contact with us. And the problem is, you're still waiting. We're not playing games. This is the life, safety, and security of the President of the United States at the White House. Don't let anybody get in that gate. And when they come to the gate and they've got a bomb and they say they have a bomb, believe them. Take them down. Take them down. That's what I want to see. I want to see determination. I want those officers and those agents to know we got their back. You take those people down. You do not let that happen. This is the United States of America. The threat is real, but I don't feel it. I don't see it, and it's unacceptable.
I love this guy. Wow. Okay, check it out. I say this guy is old. Not Jason, who's just talking. The Secret Service guy, the director. He's old, and he is done. And I'm glad he's not in there. He did that. Wow. We are better off. Clancy was brought on by Obama to fix all the security holes. Jason Chaffetz says that Clancy leaving is a good thing. I say that too. I really do. A fresh set of eyes and a new perspective is needed to restore the prestige and status expected of such an elite agency, Chavez said. According to the Daily Caller, here is the letter that was sent out to the Secret Service. The success of the Secret Service is achieved with great sacrifice by all of you and your families. Clancy wrote in a letter to Secret Service staff members, "Please accept my sincere and heartfelt thanks to your dedication to our mission. You have inspired me. My hope was that I could return your gifts of inspiration with some measure of good for the Secret Service. This is scary. Trump is being targeted. We need to get this information out there. There are going to be some scary times ahead. We need to protect our new president. Share this everywhere." And I want to leave it on that. Better off without this guy. I'm sure he did a good job, and but it's time for a new set of eyes, like Mr. Chavez says. Thank you very much for watching. I really love what I do, and I love making videos for you. And let me just get you a quick funny cartoon real quick before we go. Are they wearing purple? There's a lot of purple going on here in the Purple Saurus thing. Yeah. Well, look at it. Trump needs our support. So share this video. Comment below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, by all means, subscribe. Hurry. We make so many videos, constantly making videos all day long, and we just don't stop. And once you hit the subscribe button, you want to hit the bell. And this way you get the breaking news stories before anyone else. Thanks again, and if you like what we're doing here at Not Fake News, please like the video. You don't have to like what's in the video necessarily. You're liking it because you like and you support Not Fake News and what we're doing. Thank you. Have a great night. God bless you, and God bless America.